Well, good day, Business 22 students. This is Mr. D, and we are in week 3 of our managerial or business communications course, Business 22, here at Norco College for the fall 2022 term. And this is, again, week 3. And so we're going to be talking a little bit this week about intercultural communication, which is a very important aspect of our class, as well as really getting ready for the workplace, as you'll be dealing with people from all over the world and many different cultures. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and here on our home page, just thought I would reiterate a few things during this week 3 video, as well as kind of talk a little bit about what to expect this week coming up. So here we are on our home page, and we're still in module number 1, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. And we just finished week 2. So all you had this week was that you were studying chapter 2. We did do a Zoom session, and I did put it right here if you want to watch it. It was about an hour long, a little bit less than an hour. We just talked a little bit about chapter 2 and professionalism, and we just kind of went through the PowerPoints on that. Your next Zoom session is going to be on the 15th of this month, 15th of September. We're going to be talking about the individual presentation. So I'll give you a little heads up on that here in just a second. But that's going to be coming up here in a couple of weeks. But this week, moving into week number 3, again, we're covering chapter 3. This deals with intercultural communications. So the fact that we, again, work in a very diverse workforce today. And being able to communicate well also means that you have cultural sensitivity, that you're able to understand the way that others communicate from different cultures. And being able to do that, we talk a lot about what culture is and the different things about culture, like what you might call power distance, and what are some of the other ones? I just drew a blank on it. But the various areas, whether high context culture or low context culture, and how that's different. In America, we are considered a low context culture. We're very much about the individual and us and our needs and what we want, where collectivistic, or what you might call high context cultures, are more Middle Eastern cultures and traditionally some of the Asian countries as well. This is more about the family. It's more about the unit. It's more about working together. And so there's less individualism and more collectivism. And so we'll be talking about all that in this chapter. It's important, though, when it comes to communication, that you understand that, because especially when you're dealing with people from diverse cultures, because what we might say as a slang term here in America, what we might say as a figure of speech, that's not going to translate, or if we use so high of a vocabulary that most people don't get it, we're going to have a hard time communicating. So it's being able to bring things down to a simple level that a majority of people are going to be able to understand, but at the same time, being professional, etc. So that's really the key, is being able to relate cross-culturally, and you do that by being simple, using plain language, etc. So we'll talk about that in this chapter. We'll also have, of course, a quiz on chapter 3, and then you're going to be continuing your discussion post. And I'm just going to spend a little time talking about this discussion post, because some people are still confused. Basically, this is an ongoing assignment. It's going to last this whole first module, and all you're going to need to really do with it is start out making an initial list of what you believe to be the most important do's and don'ts of giving a presentation. So there's a bunch of videos that you can watch down here that give you some tips and hints. You don't have to make an exhaustive list. I would say 10 to 15 items on each list, maybe more. Start with that. And then what I want you to do is I want you to view each other's lists. And as you view somebody else's list, you might go, oh, I really like that one. A couple of items they have on their list I don't have on mine, and I think those are important. So then you can add them to your list. And the idea is that you're kind of interacting and you're sharing what you think of other people's lists, and you're kind of borrowing from one another, so that by the time we're done with this assignment, hopefully you've edited your list 2 or 3 times and you're able to give me like the best list that you have. So that's kind of the goal. And I'm going to grade you based on how much interaction you had, as well as how good your final list was. So, and that'll be worth up to 50 points for that assignment. So just keep that in mind. But that's what the aim of this particular assignment is, and that's pretty much it for week number 3. You don't have a whole lot, but it's enough to keep you busy. And in the future, we're going to be getting into some writing assignments as we get into business writing. And so keep in mind that you're going to be adding a writing assignment to what you're doing. So I'm kind of giving you a little bit of an easier season, but you are going to be doing your individual presentation. So if we scroll down here to week number 4, we're going to be covering chapter 14, which deals with giving presentations. And so you'll be able to look at your list and also read through the chapter, and might want to make an update of your list after you read that chapter. But we're going to be starting our individual presentation that week on the 12th through the 18th. So that'll be next week. And so I'll be doing a Zoom session on Wednesday, the 15th at 4 p.m., and I'll be explaining that assignment in detail. But basically, you're going to create a PowerPoint presentation on the 4 events of your life that shaped you and made you who you were, the 4 most significant events. Basically have a slide for each of those events with some bullet points to help you remember, as well as for your audience to be able to track you. And then you're gonna prepare your PowerPoint slides. You're gonna do it according to all the rules that you'll be learning, and then you're gonna record that in PowerPoint, and then you're gonna upload the recorded version, and that's gonna be worth 100 points. And it's an important assignment because we do need to do verbal presentations in this class, so I'm allowing you to record it rather than trying to set up like Zoom meetings where we all give our presentation. So you can record it and upload it, and then other students will be able to view it as well as me. And so that's the plan. So join me a week from Wednesday as I will be going over that assignment in detail. All right? Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you all soon. Let me know if you need anything. You can email me or text me or call if you have to, or meet me in my office hours. I'll be in my office hours on not Monday this week, but Tuesday from 10 to 11, as well as on Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.